You're on the phone with your friend when suddenly you hear sniffling and you hear teardrops hitting the phone, and you're constantly asking, "Are you okay? What's going on? Like, are you crying? Talk to me." But little did you know that on the other side of the phone, Instagram is open, and your friend is just trying to be so quiet that you think she's okay. She doesn't want anybody to hear, not even her own family members, because she couldn't even try to understand that y'all could understand what she's going through daily. As the tears go down one at a time, a message comes up from an anonymous person saying, "You deserve nothing in life." Suddenly, your call just got dropped. This is what people deal with daily, more people than anyone could even imagine. Daily, people are constantly comparing themselves, constantly getting cyberbullied, constantly living their lives on their phone, and never even experiencing a true life outside of technology. Personally, I've dealt with getting bullied online as well as in school. But with social media, we can never truly get away from the terrible comments that people say about us. Even whenever we feel safe in our homes, somebody can still message us and make us feel unsafe. But throughout my research, I have learned that more people than we want to even imagine have been affected negatively by social media and technology sources. These negative impacts have a way of impacting everyone. You can even affect people from across the country or even across the world. We all own some sort of technology in this classroom, and we're surrounded by it daily. You have probably either seen or even been a victim of the effects of social media that has caused on our mental and physical health. Now, I'm here to talk about this because it affects more people than we think in our lives. We don't want a future that is determined by our views and what other people think of us. So today, I'll be telling you about the problems that technology and social media cause and how we can help solve them within ourselves and our future generations. A lot of people who have grown up with phones do not know life without phones or social media. Their lives revolve around their phone. For example, let's consider the mental health issues it affects in our brains when we start our screen time at an early age. According to ZDNet.com, it states, studies show that children who have more than an hour a day of screen time have had much more behavioral and mental health issues than children who spend less than an hour a day on electronics. Children who tend to have less than an hour of screen time a day tend to have better mental and physical health. Just an hour. That's insane to me. This screen time leads to not being able to live without your phone. This has become a fear in teens, early adults, and even children now. This fear is called nomophobia, because it sounds like no mo phone. But anyways, nomophobia is the fear of being without your phone, which leads to children and teens not putting down their phones, constantly being on social media, which causes teens and adults and children even to compare themselves and deal with the cyberbullies. It leaves an opening for all of that to happen. They're never safe from any amount of bullying that could even happen, even from someone you have never met, which all of this has also caused sexual assault, suicidal thoughts, comparison, and so much more. According to GoGale.com, it states, preventing cyberbullying is increasingly critical for education as students spend more and more time online. We live in a world now where bullying doesn't begin and end with school bells. This is insane to me because it is so true. We can leave the school grounds and leave any face-to-face interaction, but as soon as we get home, we deal with it on our phones just as bad. But also, according to enough.org, it states, young people 10 to 16 years old who accessed or shared sexual content or images of cyberbullying or violence had up to a 50% higher risk of thoughts of suicide. These problems are caused by parents not being able to open up to them because of how strict they are with their phones. This is also because parents are even shamed for limiting their child to what they can and cannot do on their phones. It's also shamed by kids in school to get help from teachers or an adult. It's shamed by other kids like, oh, you can't tell, it's a tattletale move. Now, I will move on to the solutions that can be used to help prevent most of these things from happening. There are many ways to help stop cyberbullying: comparison, suicidal thoughts, so on and so forth. The first is, as a parent or even an adult, be able to learn verbal communication skills and talk to your friends about what's going on. If you reach out to them, they'll trust you and realize that they are not the only ones dealing with things. A second action is, honestly, what you can do. Delete social media for 30 days. Focus on yourself, your friends, family, and just learn how to live without your phone and enjoy life while you're here. This will help you learn more about yourself and help you learn who your real friends in life are. This will also help you learn how to understand that their opinions online do not matter to you. A third action is to understand what can be done to stop cyberbullying. Report it to an adult, report it to the social media platform, block the person, so many ways. Learn about what ways to prevent these things from happening at stopbullying.gov. And understand that you are worth more than what someone behind a screen can say. But we cannot do this on our own. We must come together to make a change in this world and these new generations. Our kids will deal with this if we get a start on lowering it now. Just imagine how it'll look in 20 years for our kids. On GoGetL.com, it states, young people who are more likely to use unproductive coping strategies are also more likely to have higher scores of depression, anxiety, and even stress. We need to get more help for the kids so that we are more likely to get help from people. We must talk to our friends and understand if they're going through some of the things I mentioned. Be there for them or find adults who can be there and listen to them and help. You never know if it will be the last thing they think of. Even my friend Mally's mother, Jennifer Sloan, she's been through what people will never believe will never happen to them until it does. Jennifer Sloan is the mother of a child who decided to give up their life because of the effects of social media. This person was my best friend. She stated once, social media will ruin any good thing you have. It does not matter what you think or if you can even think you can handle it, because nobody actually can. She's an expert testimony because she experienced the effects of cyberbullying and losing her child firsthand. In conclusion, I have shown you the problems and ways we can help stop bullying, mental health problems, cyberbullying, and everything in the future. We can help stop this by donating to organizations that help prevent bullying and help get the right care for the right people. In the start of this speech, I explained a story about someone crying over what they were getting told over the internet. Now think, that could be your brother, your sister, your best friend going through any of that. Your call could get dropped, and you would never know what was going on. But if you don't take anything else from this speech, please take away this. You never know what someone has got going on behind closed doors. Thank you.